Hey everybody, and welcome to or back to my channel, My Kind of Stuff, and today is day 5 of Bookmas. So for today's video, I wanted to do my 25 and 2025, but I did mine a little different this year. I did 25 new releases that I'm excited about and compiled that as my list. I did this last year with 24 in 2024, and I wouldn't say that I failed, but I didn't do as good as I hoped. And I'm thinking that's partly because I had a lot of like backlist books on that list, and I just didn't get to them. And I noticed that like a lot of the newer ones were the ones that I was getting to. So I thought this year, let's do it a little differently. Let's put these new exciting books on this list and hopefully I can actually accomplish it. As you can see here, I did manage to read 13 of the books on my 24 in 2024, but that means I didn't read 11 of them. And honestly, like there's a couple on this list now that I'm looking at it that like I don't know that I even have any interest in reading anymore. So my tastes have definitely changed over the last year or so as a reader, and yeah, so I don't want to say that I failed the challenge, but I could have done better. I could have maybe tried a little harder and like spread it out to make sure I got in like 2 books a month or whatever. But that being said, let's start fresh. 25 in 2025. I actually broke these down by release date, just so that if there's any that catch your eye, you know when to keep an eye out for them. The first one technically releases in 2024, but it releases on December 31st, so the last day of the year, and that is Dating and Dragons by Christy Boyce. I'm super excited for this. I read Dungeons and Drama and absolutely loved it. And I just can't wait to get back into this world. I love role playing games, I love tabletop games. I love a cute little romance sprinkled in with that. And I'm super excited. I probably will not get to it on December 31st, but it is one of my top priorities for the beginning of January. And speaking of January, there are 4 books coming out that I would really like to get to. On January 14th, there are actually 2. The first one is Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. I'm super excited to read this one. Grady Hendrix has been kind of a hit or miss author for me, but like even the ones that were a miss, I still enjoyed my time with them. I just think they could have been a little bit better or a little more serious. And this book is actually our March pick for the Love and Horror Book Club. So I will make sure I link our Discord down below. Jenny from over at the Haphazard Book Nook and I host it. And yeah, this is our March pick. So excited to get to it, but it probably won't be until March. The next one that comes out on January 14th is the newest book by H.G. Carlton, which is Phantom. She's been kind of hush hush secretive about a lot of her new books. But I believe this one's going to be traditionally published, which is different for her. So I'm not sure how dark it will be compared to her other works. But either way, I am an H.D. Carlton stan and I am going to read it. Then, of course, on January 21st, I think we all know what is coming. And that is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. This is the 3rd book in the Fourth Wing series, and I cannot wait. You can't go into this series taking it too seriously. It is very much like drama for the sake of drama, but it is so much fun. It's such a fun world. I absolutely love the dragons, especially Andarna. She is my favorite, and I can't wait to see what this goofy baby gets up to in this book. Then the last book coming out in January comes out on the 27th, and that is Sin, which is book 1 of the Make Games Apocalypse series by Kayla Rain and Meg Ann. I still need to catch up on the last series, which is Death. I still have 2 more books to read in that, but they're pretty short. They're quick reads, and I absolutely love and binge these series. They are a why choose romance that is like paranormal, and yeah, I eat them up. They're so funny. I highly recommend the audiobooks on these. They're always full casted and just like top tier. Like I've never listened to and enjoyed audiobooks more than I have from any of the Make Game series by these 2 authors. So I cannot wait. And then moving into February, on February 4th, there are 2 more books coming out that I would like to read. Both of them are contemporary romances. The first one is Deep End by Allie Hazelwood. I don't know a lot about it, but I was a swimmer in high school and I did a lot of swimming for our city like when I was very young. I absolutely love it. And this is a swimmer romance. Are you kidding me? Like, this was written for me, I think. I hope. It's Allie Hazelwood, so there's a good chance maybe it's not. I don't know. Her books, again, are really hit or miss for me. I wish that she wrote her male main characters differently, but they're pretty much the same in every book. They're described the same way. Like, so we'll see where this one lands, but I'm just excited because it's a swimmer romance. And then, of course, we also have Tessa Bailey's book coming out on February 4th, Dream Girl Drama, which is a hockey romance. I have read a few hockey romances. Most of them have been a hit. One of them was kind of a miss for me. But this is book 3 in her Big Shots series. They are all standalone, but it's kind of like an interconnected world. And I'm really excited to check it out. And of course, on February 11th, we have the newest installment from Bryn Weaver, and that is Scythe and Sparrow, which is book 3 in the Butcher and Blackbird world. And I don't know. I didn't read the synopsis on this. I don't think I'm going to. But I am just really excited to try it. I really, really absolutely loved Butcher and Blackbird so much, but Leather and Lark was kind of a miss for me. So I really want to know where this one's gonna land in the realm of things. So I'm ready to give it a shot. Heading into March, there are 2 books that I am very much looking forward to. The first one is The Rivaled Crown by Holly Renee, coming out on March 18th. This is going to be book 3 of the Veiled Kingdom series. There is like no cover or anything released for this one yet, so I don't even know if that release date is like set in stone, but it's what I've been seeing everywhere. So fingers crossed we get it. I absolutely loved The Veiled Kingdom. I am actively reading The Hunted Heir right now. So I don't know my full thoughts on that one yet because I'm only about 25% of the way in or so. But I am enjoying what I've read of it so far, and I can't wait for the 3rd installment. And then also on March 18th is The Buffalo Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. He is definitely one of those authors where if you love him, and if you don't bother. I, however, am someone who very much loves him. I feel like his writing is very old school and very like overly wordy, kind of like a Stephen King almost, but it doesn't bother me in this case. I have generally enjoyed most of the books I've read by him. I still need to go through some of his backlist, but I have read 4 books already and enjoyed all of them. This one is a historical Western horror that is following a vampire hunting an Indian reservation. I don't know. Sounds like a wild ride. And I'm just excited to see how Stephen Graham Jones does vampires because I haven't read a vampire book by him yet. In April, there are actually 5 new releases coming out that I'm really excited for. The first one being Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, and that one comes out on April 1st. I was late to the Abby Jimenez train, so I've only read 2 books by her so far, but I am so excited to read more because I absolutely loved the 2 that I did read. I gave them both 5 stars, and I'm just super excited to continue and hope that I love everything she puts out. Also on April 1st, we have Sweet Obsession by Katie Robert. This is book 8 of the Dark Olympus series. I've not been the biggest fan of the newer books in this series, but it's just kind of been a roller coaster for me the whole way through. But I still want to continue. I want to hopefully love one of these newer ones, and I mean, I'm already 7 books in. Like, I might as well just keep going, right? At this point. I don't even know how many books are going to be in this series. She just seems to keep spitting them out every year. But I generally enjoy my time with them. The next book I want to talk about is Cold Eternity by S.A. Barnes, which comes out on April 8th. This is going to be a sci fi horror. I read Dead Silence this year and absolutely ate it up. I just loved it so, so much. I have not read Ghost Station yet by her, but I've kind of been hearing mixed things about it. So I'm going to have to get to that one before April, and then in April, read Cold Storage. I didn't think that I would like a sci-fi horror. This is really the first one that I read was Dead Silence, and it was amazing. Like, easy 5 stars. I was obsessed. I am still obsessed. I still think about it very often, so I'm excited to try another. The next book coming out in April is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, and that one is on April 22nd. I don't know anything about this one at all, but it's Emily Henry. I'm probably going to love it. I've pretty much loved everything that I've read by her so far, so excited to check that one out. Next up on April 29th is Polybius by Colin Armstrong. This one is another love and horror book club pick that we will be reading in May. It's kind of like a arcade gets a new machine. People start playing it. They become obsessed with playing it. They start becoming violent in their real lives, and things just kind of go to hell. And I love a games element in my books, so this one seems right up my alley, and I can't wait to check it out. All right, then moving into May, on May 13th, A Curse Carved in Bone by Daniel L. Jensen comes out. This is book 2 in the saga of the Unfated. I read A Fate Inked in Blood a few months ago and was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think this was going to be for me, but I absolutely fell in love with the world and the writing and our female main character and like the slow burn romance that she was able to build. And I can't wait to check out book 2. And then on May 27th, the newest book by Rena Kent called A Beautiful Venom is coming out. There is no book cover and no synopsis as of right now, but in true Rena Kent fashion, I know that it will be a dark romance and probably some sort of bullying involved, as she does. And again, this is yet another Love and Horror Book Club pick. We will be reading this one in June. So again, if you want to join us, the Discord is linked down below. We'd be happy to have you. Now moving on to our June releases. The first one is on June 3rd, which is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Again, I don't really know anything about this, but I absolutely love her writing. I've been trying to work through her backlist, and I've just had a really great time with everything that I've read. They've all been very heartwarming. Some of them have made me tear up, so I'm here for all the feels, and I cannot wait. Then coming out on June 10th is Caught Up by Navessa Allen. This is book 2 of the Into the Darkness trilogy. I read Lights Out when it came out earlier this year and absolutely loved it. Easy 5-star read. It was so good, so funny. It was like dark romance, but on the lighter side of it. Very similar to like Butcher and Blackbird kind of vibes, but with a masked thirst trap influencer and a nurse. And it was so cute. It was so fantastic. I can't say enough good things about it. I think everyone should read it. And book 2 better live up to it. I think book 2 is a biker. Like, I don't, just judging by the cover art, I'm assuming he's a biker of some kind, and I cannot wait to get back into this world. Then on June 10th, again, we have With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. I have made it a goal of mine to try and catch up on Riley Sager's backlist because everything I've read by him, I have absolutely adored. So it just makes sense that I read his next book so I don't fall behind anymore. And I don't know a lot about this one either. There's a train, it's got some sort of game element to it, and that is absolutely all I know. And it's probably all the more I'm going to look into it, but I can't wait. Now, in July, there's only one book on my list, and that comes out on July 17th, which is Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. She wrote the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, which I absolutely love and devoured. But this one is supposed to be adult and not YA, which is different for her because everything I've read by Holly Jackson so far has been YA. So I'm really excited to see how she does an adult thriller. Then we are moving into August, and on August 12th, Heartstrings by Ivy Fairbank comes out. This is book 2 in the Love in Galloway series. Um, Book 1 was Morbidly Yours, which I read earlier this year and thought it was super cute and sweet. It had disability rep in it, and I just thought it was so cute. And I think book 2 is going to have plus size rep in it. And I also believe the female main character is a cancer survivor. So I'm really excited to see how Ivy Fairbanks does this one, but I really loved Morbidly Yours, so I'm expecting great things. And then next up in August on the 26th, we have Forget Me Not by Stacey Willingham. I don't know anything about this one. I did not read the synopsis, but I've read quite a few thrillers now by Stacey Willingham and have loved all of them, so I can just assume that I will enjoy this one as well. And then moving in to October, which is kind of where we are wrapping this list up with the last 2 books. The first one is Nowhere Burning by Catriona Ward, and that comes out on October 7th. Again, this is another thriller, and I didn't read the synopsis, but I expect it to be in true Catriona Ward fashion, where you are confused the entire time and the ending is kind of ambiguous. But I absolutely love her writing. I've enjoyed all of her books. I haven't loved all of them, but I have enjoyed all of them, and I'm excited to check out her newest release. And the last book I want to talk about, which has a tentative release date of October 16th, but also on the author's website, it just says fall 2025. So maybe October, maybe not. But that is book 2 in the Fae and Alchemy series by Callie Hart. Quicksilver was book 1. I'm actually going to be reading that this month, so I'm really excited to get into it. Callie Hart is a dark romance author normally, so having her do like a dark romance but also make it fantasy is really interesting to me. I'm excited to see how I like it. This book doesn't have a title or anything yet that I've seen anywhere, so yeah, I don't know on this one, but I assume it will at least be coming out sometime in 2025, and I am excited to get to it. All right, guys, that is it. Those are the 25 new releases that I want to get to in 2025. Let me know down in the comments below what you are most excited to read next year. Also, keep an eye out for a lot more Bookmas videos coming between now and Christmas Day, so make sure you are subscribed and you have your notifications on so that you don't miss any content. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up on your way out, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!